Okay, just to remind you guys, we're going to be on page 184. Does everybody remember the instrumentation, or do I need to go through it again?
Can you go through it again, please?
Yeah. Okay, so it breaks into, it's in 4 parts and in 5 parts. So for the 4 parts, for the top line, can we have flute, clarinet 1, trumpet 1 and 2, guitar, oboe, alto 1. For the second line, for the alto line, can we have clarinet 2 and 3, trumpet 3, oboe 2, and alto 2, and horn for the alto line. For the tenor line, can we have tenor sax, bass clarinet, euphonium 1, and then for the bass line, can we have euphonium 2 and both trombone parts?
So Luke's not here. Do you want me to just do the bottom? Or
Yeah, are you euphonium 1 or 2?
we usually just switch.
Okay, just play the bass line.
Okay.
And then when it splits into 5 parts for the upper 3 parts, for the treble line, the top treble line, if you look at measure 2, the first beat, that's where it is for what I'm talking about right now. It's going to be flute 1, clarinet 1, trumpet 1, and 2 on the top line. And for the second line, can we have guitar 1, oboe, oboe 1, sorry, and alto 1, clarinet 2 and 3, and trumpet 3. And then for the third line, can we just have oboe 2 and alto 2? Does that make sense? All right, and then for the bass voices, if you look at the first measure of beat 2, that's what I'm going to be referring to. Can we have, for the top line, tenor sax and bass clarinet? For the middle line, euphonium 1, which we don't have. So Josh, can you play the middle line when it splits into 3? Mm-hmm. And trombone 1, and then for the bottom line, just trombone 2, because we don't have a second euphonium part.
What is
Everybody
our issue today?
What's your trombone?
What's your issue today?
What is my issue?
Focus? It's one particular thing you're looking at.
Response.
Response. Great. I want to remind everybody that this will probably be the last time that we have a cycle from the book. Your 4th and final cycle will be on the music that Professor Rose put on As You Learn for You. So we have Mars, and we've got all those other pieces to choose from. Okay? So choose one now, and make sure that you send in your instrumentation. A lot of you have already done that, and thank you for that. Make sure that you're studying those scores, and those are full scores, so make sure that you use the guide to score study that's on As You Learn for You, the 10 steps. That'll be very, very helpful to you. Okay? Off you go.
Let's do that again. I can do more, so let's just go at it again.
What I want you guys to start doing is just diving right in and rehearsing in this cycle. Okay? So there's probably something that you can show here rhythmically to prepare this, and then this could be something different here as far as ictus, rebound, and travel. It'll be different in this measure because of this particular rhythm.
Yeah.
Okay? So you can figure that out.
Okay, back at the beginning.
Okay, so let's rehearse that measure. Okay. Yeah, you did what I asked you to do in those 2 measures. Very good.
Okay.
Very, very smart. What voice needs the most love right now? What are you not getting enough of?
The alto voice.
The alto voice? Okay. Anybody have another idea? I need more low voice. It feels a little hesitant to me, and without the low voice, we can't blend anything. Okay?
Back at the beginning. The voices just bring it out.
Change your conducting so that you get better tone out of it. A more round sound, maybe? I'm giving you a hint. Downbeat and sustain. Get the sound that you want.
Okay.
Is that what you want?
I mean, I guess we could do with a little more.
Get the sound that you want. Sustain it again. You get the sound that you want immediately. We're missing one element. Stay right there. Listen to the difference. Twice. Now I'm going to add 3 things, and I want you to tell me what they are. Number 1.
Melody.
First of all, did you hear the difference?
Absolutely.
What was the difference?
It sounded rounded, like you wanted.
Okay. Number 1.
The melding of the just
So
like
I traveled?
Yeah.
Okay. And then help them to do what?
Um,
Traveling helps you to do what?
Prepare the breath.
Use more air.
okay.
Okay. Number 2.
I mean, you moved with the. I mean, you moved with your
Number 3.
breath. Your breath
Where did I look?
at them.
At who?
Somewhere I couldn't tell. Somewhere over there.
Here. Why?
Are those?
Because that's
it's
the good
clear.
stuff. That's the good stuff right here. That's what we need the most. Good stuff. Because you're not playing. Okay. I would have been looking at you and them before I started. But all through here, that's the good stuff. That's the low voices that you need for them to surf on.
Okay.
Okay. Now sustain again. Get the tone you want immediately. Try to think of tips together. You're fishing. We're having a fishing pole here, drinking something. Okay? Tips together. Traveling out like this, and think of being in a swimming pool and feeling a little bit of resistance. That'll help them to push faster air. And again, don't travel so quickly. Tips closer together. Okay? Beginning, here we go. Back there flying.
Beginning.
Think about that.
I didn't know how I wanted them
Right,
to.
how'd they make you feel?
Lame.
It made you feel lame?
Yeah.
It would have made me feel sad. I mean, you were very clear with what you wanted, but they didn't give it to you. But then you didn't respond to their lack of response to your gesture.
Yes, you're right. Okay.
Yes. Okay, so let's start in the second system, measure 4.
So measure 9.
Sing for us the last 2 measures, what you want. Using the articulations that you would like them to play with?
Da, 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 da. No, honestly, I don't really know. Because I don't really want to like.
Sing what you want.
Da, 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 da. So connected, but not like too fluid, if that makes sense.
Again?
Da, 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 da.
Okay. Now sing it with the phrasing that you want.
Da, 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 da.
So you want the high point of the phrase to be on beat 3?
Yes.
On the weakest beat of the measure?
Wait. No.
Okay.
No.
Try again.
Da, 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 da.
There you go. Now have them play that.
Okay. So just last two.
These things.
Okay. Last two measures.
Specific and definite. Remember, your issue is response.
Can we do that again? I don't really know what I'm trying to do.
Well, I'll conduct what you're saying,
Okay.
which I think was beautiful. I realize that phrasing. Stay right here. Last two measures. And again. Okay, try. That's what you sang. It's all your fault.
It's not your fault.
I don't know what to do with my right hand.
Did they sound good?
Not like I wanted them to. Let's do
Okay.
it.
Ready? Look how you want them to sound.
I'm just having problems with this thing.
It seems to be working for me. It just played really well. Do it again. The only critique I would give your left hand is moving too much. Just try to move it slower. Or, this is a really good way to crescendo too. And that's a really good economy of means, isn't it? Last time. And the more you practice your conducting, you'll get away from beating any time with the left hand, and then just have the left hand have its own entity, its own identity. Okay? Good. Comments, please.
At one point during the last few seconds when we were doing this, the last measure you actually melted beats 1 and 2 with your right hand, and then release this on 3, and I think it went perfectly. And then you went back to beating, and I'm like, yeah, that's really better.
Going off of that, I like how willing you are to try new things, to try and see something that's working, and I like how persistent you are to get what you want. And I think that's a really great quality to have, and not just be like, oh, whatever, it's okay, and if it's not like exactly how you want, getting it how you want.
In case you haven't noticed, I would like to point out to you that your baton is no longer shaking involuntarily.
It's fine. It's nice.
Congratulations.
I don't have to worry about it.
That's good. I'm glad you feel less tense.
Yeah, thank you.
I noticed a lot that you're trying to put into words what you're wanting to express, and I have that issue too. But something that I've been trying to fix it with is trying to talk to my roommate or all 3 of them at once, and say, "This is what I want. Does that make sense?" And they know that they need to be brutally honest with me, and if it doesn't make sense, then they need to tell me.
Yeah.
So I would just try explaining it to people when they're practicing.
Anything else? Thank you very much.